Welcome to my channel to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again, great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of Render, TAO, Kaspa and ONDO. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. So let's just jump into Render. What did we say about Render yesterday? We have said that Render is currently in a bull flag, but we have formed an head and shoulders formatation. This head and shoulders formatation broke to the downside right here and got its retest, follow through. Target was the lower part of the bull flag, but we can also drop a bit more, and I will give you the price tag here. $4.05. That's the target of the length of one shoulder, the left one. But if we are more bearish, then the target can extend into the length of one head. And if we then put it to the breakout point, then you can see it directs us to $3.90. In my opinion, the $3.90 have to hold for Render. We are allowed to get lower price than $3.90 for a short time. Means we just get a wick lower than that and instantly get bought up. Yeah, something like, if we zoom in, then you can see the difference between this candle here and then the lower part of the candle. So if we get the lower part of the candle as well, right here, not a big deal. If we get a candle close lower than $3.90, means a breakout and a retest, and we don't get over $3.90 again, then this can happen. That's why I would be a bit more careful right now and not just blindly jump into some long trades. I have put a very sharp and very speculative white trend line on the chart, which can indicate that once we break it to the upside, which is currently the $4.27, but then I would also say we can actually take the old yellow trend line as well. This is much more safer. So if we get over $4.32, then the chance is very high that we are going to see the upper part of the bull flag again. Here's the price mark, $4.60. So breaking the white trend line would be the first indication that we should see some higher prices for Render. Let's jump into TAO. TAO doesn't look good at all. We have in orange a rising wedge, this one here, and it looks like that we are going to break it to the downside. So this means that the target of the rising wedge is going to get activated, and the target is going to be, in my opinion, $360 to $330. After that, I have also drew that yesterday. I expect a nice impulsive push to the upside. But for sure, we are not just going to go into a long position blindly when we get into that area. We are going to wait for some structure where we can see another chart pattern, like for example, a falling wedge, which afterwards break to the upside, and then we can be into a long position. So the trigger $497 is still ongoing. It's not going to get invalidated, in my opinion. The chart looks very good to me, like somehow of an inverted head and shoulders formatation, like we have seen here a falling wedge, which already broke to the upside, and the $497 are huge resistance. So if we break it to the upside, $680 to $745 is my target for TAO. And I think we are going to get there, even though that we drop to $360 to $330. So first the pullback. Yeah, we have seen it quite often, where we got a nice push with a deep correction, another push, correction, and then we should see some higher prices. Yeah, it's always, it's not a one-way ticket, the stock exchange and the crypto exchange. So basically it's going up, down, but the trend is for me clear. we seek for higher prices. So after this video, if I see the 4-hour candle close, and it's going to be in 3 hours and 30 minutes, we can also go into the 1-hour chart. If I see 1 or 2 candles like this, then I would be in for a short trade for TAO. So what about Kaspa? Kaspa is still bullish because we are holding the bull flag. I have modified the bull flag a little bit more. Now it has far more touch points, so this one looks far better to me. And we are currently in an area where we have fair value gaps. So it might be possible that Kaspa is just going to fill the fair value gaps, get a push, and then consolidate sideways, while other coins are going to sell off. It is possible. But if we lose the bull flag, then I think we can easily drop again into our support level, 9.3 cents for Kaspa. The breakout, which would be bullish, is the 11.2 cents. So if we break it to the upside, then it would be positive. And I can take this one out. And if the 11.2 cents breaks to the upside, then I would seek for the 12.2 cents for Kaspa. Also here we have on the bigger time frame a double bottom pattern. This one here. So if the 13.2 cents breaks to the upside, then I think Kaspa is going to get a small rally into 20.3 cents. That's going to be the target of the double bottom pattern. So let's see what Kaspa is going to do. So far, I'm still waiting for my trade. So what about ONDO? So basically, for ONDO, I have did a short trade. Why that? Because we have said here is a rising wedge. It broke to the downside, then it got bought up very fast, but we got rejected at $1.13.5 again. Afterwards, I have seen a white trend line. I've just put that on chart a few hours ago, which had several touch points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we also broke it to the downside. In my personal opinion, if we go into the 50 minutes chart, then I'm going to have my first take profit at 97.15 cents. I have it there because there's a fair value gap, and I think I don't have any kind of chart patterns telling me where ONDO is going to go, because this rising wedge got invalidated. So what we can look for is different chart patterns that we have to see, and we have to wait for them. If we sell off more than 97 cents, then you can see it on the 50 minutes chart, but we can also jump into the 1 hour chart. The next fair value gaps, which have some impact, are those ones. So the area between 85 cents to 80 cents. Might be possible that we even get there, depending on how the market is going to sell off. So if we see Render selling lower than $3.90, if we see TAO getting into $360 to $330, if we see Kaspa getting to 9.3 cents, then I think ONDO is going to get to 85 cents to 80 cents. So with that said, I want to tell you that we are still bullish. We are still bullish. We are forming on the bigger time frame higher lows. You can see it here. The lows here are lower than the lows here, so we have higher lows on the right side. And this right here is just going to be another higher low. So basically, everything looks fine to me at the moment. We are just going to get another pullback, and that pullback can be used for short positions. The market is going to sell off a bit more than we expect. We are over leveraged. All the people who are too bullish should get liquidated soon, because the market is going to sell off very sharp. But after that, we get lower prices for a giant push. That's what I expect for the cryptos. And we see each other tomorrow with hopefully more chart patterns and more datas to trade.